everyone, and welcome to Texas Sports TV, where we're going to talk about my NFL weekly picks. While these videos aren't as popular as my power rankings, they're still fun to do, and I still have my own kind of little gimmick where we try to pick against the flip of a coin. And yeah, this is going to be really, really interesting this year, especially with the first few weeks, because honestly, it seems like with no preseason, this could be a flip of the coin. Now, our record for, this year is all nothing. And when it comes to power rankings, this year, power rankings will be able to go week one, but they're going to go based on last year's rankings. So, You look at the first game, Thursday, September 10th, 7:20 p.m. Central Time, you have the Texans at the Chiefs. Uh, Chiefs are clearly the power ranking favorites based on their last year rankings. Texans did not pass them up last year. And with that, let's just see what the coin has to say. Coin says heads. Coin says Chiefs as well. And as much as I hate it, I'm going with the Chiefs as well. I think Chiefs are going to score a whole lot of points. I don't think the Texans defense is going to be up there just yet, even though it's a new defense. And I don't think there's quite a few I don't think it's going to be a thing. The Texans offense isn't going to be that good yet. It's a new offense. It's just no preseason to get any of this figured out. It's just practice, and practice is not the same as game day. Chiefs are a team, they haven't really changed that much, so they should be able to just dominate this game, honestly, especially with how good their offense is. The only way we could possibly win is if our offense is just that good and we just have it down already. And the Chiefs have a huge Super Bowl hangover, which I don't think so. They may have a Super Bowl hangover this year, but I don't think they're just gonna, fuck it up that much. And then Sunday, September 13th, we have a lot of games. Okay, we don't have Saturday Night Football just yet, but we do have Sunday Night Football, or really Sunday afternoon. A whole lot of Sunday football. Right now we got the Jets versus the Bills. The Jets are 0-0, Bills 0-0. Bills were ranked higher than the Jets. Clearly, they were a much better team last year. And with that, let's see what the coin has to say. Coin's going with the Jets. Coin flip tails, and I'm picking the Bills. 2013, the Bills kind of have a pretty good defense. Not really the best offense, and I'm pretty sure defense is probably going to be a major factor early on, much more than it is later in the season. Like good defense is always a factor, but offenses need to get things on a roll first. Except for maybe the Chiefs. Sunday, September 13th, 12 p.m., you got the Vikings versus the Packers. And yes, at the end of last year, the Vikings were ranked higher than the Packers because of everything else. I forgot. I need to look at the actual rankings, but yeah, the Vikings were ranked higher than the Packers, so they're the power ranking favorites. And let's see what the coin has to say. Another 12 game, and it is heads. The coin is going with the Vikings as well, and I'm picking the Vikings. So again, all three of us are in agreement. It's going to be 26-20. I think this is going to be a pretty close game. There are both teams that didn't really change it that much, but I don't know. It's not a Monday night game, so there's that. And there's also the fact that, well, Packers didn't really improve at all. And there might be a little bit of resentment based on, I don't know what's going on, but I don't think that locker room is perfect right now based on the draft. And then you got Sunday, September 13th, 12 p.m. Central Time. You got the Eagles versus the blah blah team. Just a team. A crappy made up team. Eagles are the power ranking favorites. They were better last year. And with that, let's see which team the coin has to go with. Tails! The coin picked the Eagles, which is a smart choice because I'm pretty sure that's what everyone's going to pick. Like 30-10. the Redskins are just a shit show. Or, I'm sorry, the Washington football team. They're just a shit show right now. They aren't even worth any of this. It's like, whatever. Browns versus the Ravens. This one, I don't know. Ravens did lose to the Browns last year. This could be a toss up, but at the same time, while the Ravens haven't really changed too much, the Browns do have a new head coach, and this is so a new head coach with this team. This could be a little bit interesting. So I'm just going to give the Ravens the advantage here, and I'm just going to say Ravens 37-17, and let me do a coin flip. I lost the. Oh, it's heads. Yep. Coin picked the Ravens as well. What a shock. Sunday, September 13th, 12 o'clock p.m. Central Time. We got an actual team versus a shit team. Yes, the Colts have a new quarterback, and that could be a factor. A new quarterback learning a new scheme, but at the same time, there's no preseason. But at the same time, the Jaguars are just a shit team. They're not a good team at all. They're like the Washington football team. They're both just kind of a trash cans right now, burning trash cans. So Colts are the power ranking favorites. They're better last year, and let's just see what the coin has to say. I'm pretty sure I'll already know my pick. The coin actually picked the trash can team, the Jaguars, while I'm picking the Colts. It's gonna be I'm just gonna go with a low scoring game, like 17-3. And then Sunday, September 13th, 12 o'clock p.m. Central Time, a lot of 12 o'clock teams. You get the Raiders versus the Panthers. This one was a little bit more difficult, it's felt to me. The Panthers are the power ranking favorites. They were the better team last year. Let's go with what the coin has to say. Tails, the coin says the Raiders, and I'm gonna have to go with the coin on this one. 13-10. I don't know. The Panthers, they do have a new quarterback. The quarterback's actually pretty darn good. They do have Christian McCaffrey. This was a really, really hard for me to pick. I just kind of, again, but no preseason with the new quarterbacks. I'm just going to give the edge to the Raiders here. Sunday, September 13th, 12 o'clock p.m. Central Time. You got the Bears versus the Lions. And the Bears were the power ranking favorites because they were the better team. And let's see what the coin has to say. And it's a heads. So the coin is going with the Lions. And I am too. Okay, Mitchell Trubisky is not good. This is going to be a low-scoring game. That Bears defense is pretty darn good. But I'm just going to have to pick the Lions on this one because the Bears, while they do have a really good defense, if they go with Mitchell Trubisky, their offense is going to suck. But they also have Nick Foles and a new offense with, no real game experience just yet. So that could not go over well. It's just the Lions, their team just has a little bit more chemistry right now, if that makes any sense. So I'm just going to go with the Lions. The Bears just, again, no preseason. It just kind of gives certain teams a little bit more advantage than they would normally have. And it's Sunday, September 13th, 12 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Once again, you get the Seahawks at the Falcons. Seahawks are the power ranking favorites. They did way better last year. And the coin is picking the Seahawks. And yeah, I'm just going to have to go with it as well. Not really much to say here. I just think the Seahawks are going to win this one over the Falcons. They both, I guess, have been together about the same amount of time. Russell Westbrook, I think, they got a better offense. And yeah, that's basically what I think it is. Sunday, September 13th, 12 o'clock p.m. Central Time. And this is where my theme is kind of going to end. I know y'all kind of noticed the theme here, that the teams kind of need more, chemistry and game time and experience. They kind of have more of an advantage, but we're going based on a pretty good quarterback with a pretty good team versus not exactly a good team. We got the Patriots and the Dolphins. Patriots are the power ranking favorites, and coin's going with the Patriots as well. And I'm going to be picking the Patriots. Cam Newton is just going to be that good. And they're going with Cam Newton week one, which is very good news. And Cam Newton really is just that good. He's a great quarterback. I have a lot of faith in Cam Newton. And that Patriots defense is much better than the Dolphins defense. And that's basically the defense is going to be the most important thing at the beginning of the season. And I think Patriots are going to win this game. 27-10, probably low scoring, except for if Cam Newton explodes. And yeah, Cam Newton's going to be comeback player of the year. Sunday, September 13th, 3:05 p.m. Central Time. You got the Chargers as the power ranking favorites, and they're visiting the Bengals. And let's see what the coin has to say. Oh, coin's going with the Bengals with Joe Burrow. Yes, Joe Burrow is going to be starting week one, and that's why I have the Chargers. I've read some things about how the Chargers coaching staff know Joe Burrow. I guess they've seen him in college, or maybe a couple of them have played against him in college or something. I don't know. And also, this is Joe Burrow. As good as Joe Burrow may be, he's a rookie quarterback who's never played an NFL game in his life with no preseason. Okay? So, yeah, I don't know how good the Chargers are going to be. They're not going to be exactly a good team, but they're not going to, have a. I'm not going to say that Chargers are going to dominate 2017, but I think the Chargers are just going to have the edge here because they're not just throwing in a rookie quarterback that hasn't even had a preseason game. And it's Sunday, September 13th, 3:25 p.m. Central Time. You get the Cardinals at the 49ers. And the 49ers are the power ranking favorites in this case. And the coin is going to go with the 49ers. And yeah, I'm just going to have to agree. Again, Kyle Murray's a pretty good quarterback. Larry Fitzgerald's pretty good receiver. DeAndre Hopkins is the best one playing today. But the 49ers are just a better overall around team. And I think that's going to be the big thing here. I think the 49ers are just a better overall around team. And the Cardinals, they could become a better overall team later in the season. But it's just going to take. I don't think they're going to come out as hot as maybe the 49ers may. They did a lot better last year. The Cardinals, their defense was heating up last year, but I'm not going to trust it right away. This is still a pretty unique situation with no preseason, so I'm just going to give it to the 49ers here. Then you got Sunday, September 13th, 3:25 p.m. Central Time. You got the Buccaneers at the Saints. And the Saints are the power ranking favorites at this point. And remember, this is based on last year's power ranking. So Tom Brady was on the team last year. Gronk wasn't on the team last year. It was a completely different team last year, essentially. And let's just go based on this. Let's see what the coin has to say. Coin is picking heads, the Saints. Coin picked the Saints, and I'm also picking the Saints in this case, 33-27. Not really against Tom Brady. He really is the unequivalent GOAT. I'm going to make a video based on this and why he is the GOAT for the NFL. But, Saints, they just have, again, there's no preseason. Remember, there is no preseason. Saints have a lot more team chemistry. I don't care that Tom Brady's been practicing with his team even before he was supposed to. The thing is, that's not gameplay mechanics. That's not game day. It's much different game day. And I don't care how smart he is. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have the playbook perfect just yet. It's gonna take a little bit of time, and it's a new, and Gronk isn't. I'm not going to say Gronk is a year, he wasn't playing football for a year, and he isn't exactly who he used to be. I'm not saying he's bad. He's probably going to go out there and he's probably going to dominate some of the throws. He's going to be an extremely reliable player because that's just who Gronk is, but he's not going to be the same Gronk. This is going to be a little bit, especially at the beginning of the season. Drew Brees, on the other hand, he's been with this team for a long time. This is just who the Saints are. This is how they've always been. There's like no reason not to pick them. Sunday, September 13th, 7:20 p.m. Central Time. We got the Cowboys at the Rams with that horrendous logo. Oh man, that's a bad logo. We got the Cowboys as the power ranking favorites, and the coin has picked the Cowboys as well. And yeah, I'm just gonna have to agree here. I don't know. I think as of right now, the Cowboys might be the better team. It's against my better judgment though, because guess what? The Rams, they are gonna have a little bit more team chemistry. But the Cowboys, they do have a whole lot of talent when it comes to the offensive side of the ball, and I don't know. The Cowboys just have too much going their way. I just have bad feelings may end up backfiring, and they just might just fall apart. They should win this game, but I don't know. I feel like they may not, but I'm picking them anyways against my better judgment because they should win this game. And then Monday, September 14th, 6:14 p.m. Central Time, we get the Steelers versus the Giants. The Steelers versus the Giants. The Steelers are the power ranking favorites going to up against the Giants on a Monday Night Football, and my coin has picked the Giants. The coin. Okay, remember, the coin isn't exactly that bad at picking either. It is, but yeah, the power ranking was a little bit better, and I did better as well. And I'm picking the Steelers in this case, 23-17. I think the Steelers are just going to beat the Giants. I think they're the better team. Yes, Big Ben has been playing football a lot longer than the Giants quarterback. Who was it? Jones something. The Steelers, I just think, are the better team. They have a really good defense. I just think the Giants are going to do much better than this. I think the Steelers are going to do much better than the Giants in this case, and I think going to pick them to win this game. And on Monday, September 14th, 9:20 p.m. Central Time, you got the Titans visiting the Broncos. The Broncos lost a key piece in their defense. Wasn't exactly the best defensive player, but he was a very key piece. He was a signal caller. You're going to need a new signal caller on the outside linebacker. Well, and there's a team chemistry problem. You got their quarterback. He's going to be returning, which is good. And then there's the Titans, who were just they paid too many players. I don't think Derrick Henry is going to be as big of a factor in this game as some people may think. But without the linebacker, I think Derrick Henry is going to probably have a pretty good day here. I just think he's going to have anywhere near the season he did last year. But this might be a pretty good game. And honestly, if this is like a pattern for Derrick Henry, it's probably not going to be a pretty good game. But they might still win without him. Let's just see what the coin has to say. Tails. The coin has picked the Titans. And yeah, I'm picking the Titans as well. I'm not very confident. This was another pretty difficult game to choose. I'm going like 27-23, a pretty close game. I don't know. As much as I hate the Titans, I just kind of trust the Titans to win more than I do the Broncos. And again, this is only my second year doing this stuff. Last year, I was 164, 91, and 1. The coin went 130, 125, and 1. And the power rankings, they didn't do week 1 last year because there was no ranking, but they went 154 and 86. So all three of us, we did pretty darn well. We were all over 50%. The power ranking was pretty accurate. I was pretty accurate, and even the coin went over 50%. So this is going to be a pretty. If we can keep this up, this will be a really good year. And the fact that all three of us agree on most of the picks, it's like I'm pretty sure this might be a pretty good week. At the same time, this is a toss-up week. No preseason, anything can happen. I'll see y'all next week. I could be really, really wrong, or I could be super right. Let's just find out. It's gonna be a very interesting week. At least, and this might be going on for a couple weeks. It's gonna be pretty interesting.